all the scandal, some scorn, a lot of scrutiny. Finally, a return to golf and moving it from left to right, found the first fairway, looked quite comfortable as he played the first 6 holes, 1 under par. Had a good second shot in at 1, did not make the birdie putt, but Curtis Strange, who joins me in Butler Cabin, he had this opportunity at 3 for his first birdie back.
Well, and a big sigh of relief, I suspect. You know, nerves on the first tee all the time for anybody, but the first birdie relaxes you a great bit.
How about some of the other competitors, including Y.E. Yang, the man who outpointed Tiger at the PGA last summer in Minnesota? A strong round from Y.E. Yang, moving to the top of the leaderboard. Joining him there, Lee Westwood, almost a rags to riches story in so many regards, so strong, then fell off the mat, but has found his game in 5 under par, 67 today. 2-time Masters champion Phil Mickelson has been struggling with this club, the putter, but it seemed to work quite well, especially on the second 9 today. An eagle with a couple of birdies right behind, 5 under par, 67. But also parting a round of 67, a man in his 60s. Tom Watson. He captivated all of us who were sports fans in the world of golf by leading the Open Championship in Scotland last summer after day 1, 2, and 3 of 5 under par. Bogey-free 67. A hug from his son, who was alongside the entire way. And 4 are tied atop the leaderboard, including a couple of men who've won the green jacket. Y.E. Yang, the most recent and reigning PGA champion, and Lee Westwood, who has knocked on so many doors. Anthony Kim, who won last week in Houston. A good round from David Toms, who's awaiting shoulder surgery. What about Fred Couples, who has turned 50 and won 3 times on the Champions Tour? 2 under. 34 for his first 9. And Stuart Sink, who won that Open Championship over Tom Watson. You have Masters champs like Mike Weir and Zach Johnson on that first page. Is this the time Ernie Els gets there? Bernhard Langer, a 2-time champ over 50, is 4 off the lead. Sandy Lyle as well. How about that as he heads to the 16th at 1 under par? And the weather is a big story that'll be developing here as the afternoon goes on. It has been beautiful. It has been record-setting heat, but the clouds have been here since just after 9 a.m. this morning. A front is coming through. It is cooling, some scattered showers, and rain is in the forecast for later on. But the sun was shining, and everyone was smiling on the first tee at 7:40 a.m. Eastern Time as Chairman of Augusta National, Billy Payne, welcomed 2 of golf's greats to one of the great spots in the sport.
Our first honorary starter needs no introduction. For over 50 years, he has symbolized the game of golf around the world and remains universally loved and embraced. A great champion, an even greater person. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming 4-time Masters champion, Mr. Arnold Palmer. He returns this year as the owner of a remarkable 6 green jackets. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming back Mr. Jack Nicklaus. Jack. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2010 Masters has now officially begun. Have fun.
With a start like that, how can you not have fun? From the Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia, ESPN proudly presents the Masters. We're back at golf's most familiar and breathtaking venue, Augusta National. The setting and vision that Bobby Jones and Clifford Roberts had in mind over 3/4 of a century ago has grown with the towering Georgia pines. The colors, the smells, the sounds, unique and unmistakable. The presentation simply defines perfection. As we all return to this national treasure, it serves as the great reminder of renewal and hope that comes each spring and comes to mind when the Masters is back on TV. And Here we all gather with so many storylines and so many big names answering the moment. And the wind, that will be the big story of the afternoon. It will not be easy for these players as we watch them play, for many of them on the second nine here at Augusta National. So Mickelson, Watson, Y.E. Yang, and Westwood all in at 67, and Anthony Kim at 68. Boy, are they fortunate to have early starting times. We'll watch Nick Watney try to manage the last few. Couples with a par at the 10th remains at 2 under par. There's Stuart Sink as well at 2 under. Francesco Molinari, who caddied for his brother when his brother Eduardo made his Masters debut in 2006, and both Italian brothers are in the field together here this year. What a family story that is. KJ Choi along with Matt Kuchar both are in the same group with Tiger, and KJ Choi certainly handling what's surrounding him to this point at 1 under. A strong group at 1 under, including the Italian amateur Matteo Monazzaro. So Mike Tirico, Curtis Strange here in Butler Cabin. Tiger is at the 8th, his second shot here, Curtis.
Well, so far we've seen hit some pretty decent shots, some good iron shots. He's missed a couple of shots to the right. That's typical Tiger. But this up the hill, completely blind. Even par for the day. Good bounce.
Just a little bit more.
Wonderful golf shot.
So Woods, who made it birdie, then dropped a shot at 7, has an opportunity for eagle there at the 8th. And with that, we say hello and welcome you back inside Butler Cabin, where come Sunday, one of the 96 players in this field will become a part of golf history as the green jacket is slipped across the shoulders of the first major champion of a new decade. Has there ever been more build-up and discussion for this event? 4-time champion Tiger Woods, returning from his 20-week self-imposed golf absence, has turned so many eyes toward this event, with all the intriguing storylines that have developed alongside this Tiger saga, like 60-year-old champ Tom Watson finding the magic that he flashed last summer at the Open Championship. And I mentioned Lee Westwood continuing his return to golf's elite, golf's last major champion, Y.E. Yang, perhaps for some a validating open round. And Phil Mickelson, searching all season for his trademark top form, perhaps finding it at a place where he has triumphed, as mentioned twice before. 2-time U.S. Open champion Curtis Strange, who's played in the Masters many times, joins me here at Butler Cabin. What have you seen from Tiger so far?
You know, I think the reception he got going to the first tee was a huge, huge relief. He was fantastic, and it was wonderful to see. He hit a good tee shot on the first hole, and I don't care who you are, Tiger Woods or whoever, the first tee shot is nerve-wracking. He hit a good second shot into the first hole, didn't make the putt, but so far it looks like business as usual.
I mentioned the wind. We saw it a few times. As the folks watch at home, what should they notice with the winds gusting here this afternoon?
Well, if there's one thing that can make this course tougher than it really is, it's the wind. I think what you're going to look at is shots coming up long and short. Normally these professionals are very good with their distance control, but here you've seen Mickelson miss some, you've seen Tiger miss some. It's very tough to judge the wind. When they come into these greens, sometimes they have to figure out where the best place to miss it is. Right. Not so much getting it close to the hole, because sometimes you can put it around these greens where you virtually cannot make par.
Second shots at the Masters, always so important.
Most
so
important part of the golf course.
Yes, it's so difficult here this afternoon. It's our privilege to once again be joined by our friends and colleagues from CBS Sports. We'll describe the action. Ian Baker Finch at Amen Corner, 11 and 12. Peter Costas at 13, and Bill McAtee at the par 4, 14th. David Faraday watches at 15. Vern Lundquist, his familiar spot in the tower at 16. Peter Osterhaus at 17. And of course at 18, Jim Nantz and 3-time Masters champion Nick Faldo. We take it to the play at the 11th.
And this is Zach Johnson, Masters champion from 2 years ago. Pretty good indication there of what can happen with the winds buffeting around down here in the start of Amen Corner. Not really too sure which direction it's coming from at any time, and I've always found putting the most difficult thing. When the wind gusts up at 20 to 25 miles per hour, you're never too sure if it's going to catch the gust and keep on rolling, or whether it'll catch the gust into you and check up quickly. Some work left there for Zach.
Over at 15, Nick Watney at 3 under par. New hole location here, right on the front edge, and that's beautifully done. You got to watch the spin here. And Watney with a chance to get to 4 under par, just a shot behind. Back at 11.
And Zach Johnson with about 4 feet left here for the par, for a beautiful second shot in here. Second hardest hole on the golf course today, the 11th. The hardest, the 10th. So a pretty tough stretch. Oh, and like so many times before, just barrels it in the center of the cup. Has a look at his card. A couple of birdies early. Bogey at 4. Remains at 1 under. 4's always a good score there. Let's go back to 8.
And every shot around the 8th green is delicate. Matt Kuchar.
He may have to chip this right onto this edge of the green here, Peter.
I think it's probably best to carry it on the green and rather than judge, try and guess what kind of bounce you're going to get off the fringe. Always a little left, and the lines are perfect. Got the spin. He's got a relatively easy putt straight up the hill, but not as close as he would have liked. Played with Tiger in 1998. Tiger was defending champion then. Of course, Kuchar was a superstar amateur. This narrow green, there's to the right of our picture, a hole location way over on the left side of the green as the players play it. They come up over a ridge on the second shot, and it is a real challenge. This was just a couple of minutes ago for the par at 7. Tiger, well, he almost before it left the blade, I think he knew he'd missed that one. Trying to make up for it. He's had a phenomenal second shot. Chance for an eagle. First of all, KJ Choi. Awkward hole location on the top of the ridge. I mean, pitching into this, the players would have to lay up. Very difficult to pitch it close. Carried a bit too far, it skips forwards. Land it short, it spins back. Applause. I don't think he was very happy with that. Never had a chance to go in, and he'll wait for his par attempt. And Tiger next to go. This would turn things around after the messy bogey at number 7 to make an eagle here.
It's almost on the kind of the crest, Peter, where, you know, change of direction in both sides of the cup there. It obviously falls towards the front of the green, and you can see the ridge that Matt Kuchar's just stepped over there, and it can fall to the right as well. So this is almost like putting along the back of a hog's back.
It is. I mean, I don't remember seeing exactly on the top of this slope. Sometimes a little bit short of the slope, sometimes a little bit over the back of it. So any shot that comes up short is repelled a little bit more. This is
plus with that wind, look at that right now.
An important putt with some tough holes coming up, with the wind gusting. 9, 10, 11 are going to be challenging.
I'd say this has a serious degree of difficulty to this one. You know, just can he keep it to track? He's got to putt this the ball's going to be tracking so slowly. It will definitely is going to be affected by the wind.
Line. I thought I was going to turn a little bit more. Birdied the 3rd, bogeyed 7, and now the eagle at 9. All of a sudden, 2 under par. Four players already in the clubhouse, 5 under. Kept his head down nicely, and he was very pleased with that. As were the patrons behind that par 5 green. At 15.
And we saw the third shot of Nick Watney. And he only required 4 here at 15. So he is 4 under par. 1 shot behind Mickelson, Tom Watson, Y.E. Yang, and Lee Westwood in the first round of the 2010 Masters.
Welcome to the first round of the 2010 Masters Tournament. Augusta National Golf Club, with the full support of our 3 television sponsors, IBM, AT&T, and ExxonMobil, as well as that of ESPN and its affiliates, is pleased to tell you we will continue our tradition of minimal commercial interruptions by bringing you 56 minutes out of every hour of golf action. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy the Masters.
So many of those photos, those memories, indelibly etched in our minds, and a couple of men who have authored those multiple times. Mickelson and Watson join the reigning PGA champ Y.E. Yang and Lee Westwood atop the leaderboard at 5 under par. Anthony Kim off a win Sunday in Houston. Just 1 shot back. Watney moves to 4 under par. David Toms with his round of 69. We saw the eagle from Woods to get to 2 under par, joining the birdie and the bogey he's made in his round to 13.
Søren Kjeldsen, this for birdie at 13. The 5-time World Cupper from Denmark, playing in just his 2nd Masters. Remains at -3, now back to 8.
And this was earlier. Up the hill, relatively simple putt. Tiger's eagle was the first eagle of the day at number 8. Feature neat and tidy scorecard, 3 under at 16.
And on the tee, 28-year-old Nick Watney. He's only 1 off the lead, and he's got that left for a share. Watney back to 11.
And the comfortable figure of Freddie Couples here for a birdie. We've only seen 2 today here at the 11th. And it does not come back enough. An easy tap-in par for Freddie Couples, remains at 2 under par. Now as a 50-year-old coming back as a Masters champion from 1992. In tremendous form, and many thought he'd be a contender this week because of that form. Let's go to 17.
And another Masters champion, Sandy Lyle. Very safe second shot, down the hill. And he likes it. Beautifully done. To go to 2 under par. Birdieing 15 and 17. He knows there's a challenge at number 18, but a 4-way tie at the top in the first round of the Masters. 5 under par for Mickelson, Watson, and Yang.
The 2010 Masters Tournament is brought to you by IBM. Let's build a smarter planet. AT&T, a proud partner of the 2010 Masters. AT&T, rethink possible. And ExxonMobil, taking on the world's toughest energy challenges.
The hardest hole at Augusta, I'm probably going to have to go with. I'd say.
I'd say 4.
1's not easy.
Toughest hole I've ever played is 11.
2, 3, 4, 5. 5's not easy.
I'm going to go with the first.
6, 7, 8, 9. Jeez.
I would say 11. Do I have to pick one?
Okay, I got it. I think the hardest shot at Augusta, or any major for that matter, might be the front left pin on number 4.
Here is Zach Johnson after that Took him quite a while to figure out which was the hardest hole, and I think the 12th might have ranked right up there as well as he makes par there, remaining at 1 under. The 11th is the second hardest today, the 10th the toughest. But there's not too many easy ones out there, that's for sure. And this one among that list as well. Let's go over to 9.
Tiger's going to have to really shape the second shot, coming off the eagle at the 8th. And he'd played here 58 rounds before today in competition. And the first time he ever eagled the 8th hole was in the final round last year. So he backs it up with another 3 today. Back-to-back eagles, if you will, separated by a year, but from one round to the next.
Well, with the hole location, Jim, not too many options. I mean, the smart play may be just to try and miss the green, the 9th green to the right, in the kind of in between the green and the patrons. There's a little bit of room. I doubt, because if he plays a snap hook and overplays it, then he'll put himself in more trouble. Let's move up to 12.
And Freddie Couples on the tee. Who will ever forget that tee shot that he played here at 12 back in '92? A beautiful shot there for Freddie. Remember, he left that shot short of the bank back in '92, and it stayed there due to the heavy rains the night before. He went on to win.
An interesting third shot for David Duval at number 3. Up over a ridge to get to the green, then little downhill, then uphill to the cup. Settle down. Runs away. Well, he has a chance for a birdie. Now it's 16.
And Nick Watney for birdie and a share of the lead. Curls it in, twice a winner on tour. Most recently in 2009, he's playing in his 3rd consecutive Masters. He's birdied 3 of the 4 par 5s, and now he picks up a birdie, and he is tied at the top at 5 under par. Back to the 9th.
And you see the hole location all the way back on that 3rd shelf. This is Tiger's first round in competition in the United States since October 11th at the President's Cup at Harding Park in San Francisco, when he beat Y.E. Yang, one of our leaders here today. Beat him 6-5 in the singles.
Well, if you could time the gusts, they're certainly going right to left. So, but extremely difficult to get any control when it lands on the green or somewhere around the green, or how it's going to react.
I tell you, Nick, they posted some weather warnings around the course, and there's a good chance that, and hopefully not, but there's a chance that play would be stopped for a while, because there's a chance thunderstorms, electricity is going to be in these rain clouds that are approaching. And you see these gusts. If there was going to be a time that they would stop play for Tiger's sake, this would be a very good time, because 10 and 11, always 2 of the hardest, as we talked about, are playing right into the teeth of that wind. Maybe if there was a break, they come back out and conditions would be far calmer. Oh, look at that thing turn.
Yeah, I sense he loves that. Oh, it's an incredible goal shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable. And he gets a little bit of help from the back edge as well. That is absolutely phenomenal.
How much did he have to hook this one, Nick?
Well, this is a good 30 yards of hook. You can see where the front edge of the green is. Yeah, 15 yards right of the green, plus another 15 or so in the green. But to land it at the right yardage and actually to get it to pull up, hooking that much on a right to left wind, pretty impressive.
Tell you one thing, Nick, his knees are in good shape. That's not an issue watching him aggressively sidestep out into the fairway for a view. Look at Matt Kuchar now. Again, playing alongside KJ Choi and Tiger and Matt Kuchar. The best in the group at this point is Kuchar. And a good tee shot here at the 9th.
Well, Matt likes to draw anyway. So he'd start this down the right-hand edge of the green. That's a good leave. Good safe spot. Plenty of green to work with.
Let's go to the 8th.
And Duval trying to make a birdie, go 2 under par. And you could tell by his reaction, he wasn't very happy when it came off the blade. Never quite on line, never quite enough speed. Stays under par though. Quick fight back after that bogey at number 1. But always the shake of the head when it's lack of a birdie on a par 5. Double check again. Those 4 names at the top with very nice 67s. I think Watney going well again. Just 1 back. And Kim coming off the win at Houston last week. Very nice 68. Sandy Lyle going well with 1 hole to play. And Tiger Woods striding up number 9. What a remarkable second shot that was. To 14.
And a back left hole location at the 14th. Mickelson, who was in contention at Hazeltine at the last major, the PGA, last August. It's a 3 under.
He's just been working on getting the transitions between backswing and downswing as smooth as possible. You see, he just stood up on that one a little bit, but maybe his hands have saved it, and I believe they have. That's absolutely fine. We'll stay there. Oh, and off it goes. Isn't that incredible? He would have preferred to. If it'd gone off the back of the green by a foot, it'd have still been there. So that is gives you some idea of the severity of the contours here.
Over to the 12th.
Freddie there looking at a 20-footer or so. The grounds crew have been coming on here regularly between groups and blowing the stamens from the green. It becomes quite an issue with the greens tucked in amongst the pines. You see there Freddie in his 26th Masters appearance since 1983. He only missed 1, and that was in 1987. And only missed the cut in the last 2 appearances. So a fantastic record here. Just 1 green jacket, many opportunities for more. And I certainly believe another opportunity this year as a 50-year-old. This green extremely fast. A little right to left break. Have to really treat this one with respect. It's looking good. It's looking great. Freddie Couples, the 92 champion, makes birdie at 12 and moves to 3 under par here in the 2010 Masters. Sensational stuff. Ah, it's so easy, Freddie. Let's go to 9.
And Matt Kuchar just off the right edge. And Tiger digging in and looking at a very makeable birdie putt. You never would have imagined that with his tee shot. Flirting with the trees and having to shape it as much as he did. Here's Matt, 2-time winner on tour, past U.S. amateur winner.
A little surprised he's putting this one, because quite a transition of the fringe cut there as it feeds into the green. Yeah, you watch, drags it left, you see. Dragged it left. That's why it's advisable. Chip over those ridges, because you just take all of that out of your mind. Jim, this is some 6 incredible golf shots. If you can go 3 up 8 and then 3 down 9, that would be 1,000 yards covered, or over 1,000 yards, I should think, covered in probably 1,100 yards covered in 6 shots on this terrain. That is quite incredible. I honestly believe, coming, after 5 months away from golf, just coming back out and even reading greens, here at Augusta would be quite difficult because they are because of the pace. You have to be able to visualize double or triple the break. You've got to see the ball dying in. It's got to come in on its own gravity, and just let it gently get down to the hole, which when they're at the speed they are, it magnifies the break considerably.
I thought the replay of his eagle putt at 8 with the gallery in the stands and the reaction there was very telling. And Tiger, I think, really, nor did anyone else know what the reception would be here today. And I think he's been feeding off of that. Been very positive to this point after 5 months of scandal. This for birdie. Oh, my goodness. He did it, Nick.
Yeah, that's an incredible 3-3.
1,100 yards and 6 shots. We hear from the National Weather Service a heavy rain and thunder cell. It's about 30 minutes away. They believe there's a chance, though, it could split apart, break apart. There are some tornado watches in the surrounding counties. Kuchar has this for his par. Two. First 9:33. Let's go to 17.
And Nick Watney tied at the top. Second shot. 148 yards. And the wind pushing the ball into that back left corner. He won't be particularly happy with that. It was a good solid tee shot with the angle of the wind and that whole location. It should have been closer. At 18.
Sandy Lyle at 52 years old, doing what he did last year. Made a very nice run at it last year, if you will. Finished 20th.
Stay up. My goodness, Sandy, yes.
That finish. 17 and 18.
Almost shades of the fist pump he gave when he made his 3 to win. Was that 90? When was that?
1988.
1988.
Yeah, battling with Mark Calcavecchia that year. Tiger arrives at the 10th tee, and Nick, I have to ask you, what you saw here, the first 9, Tiger's game, Tiger's reaction, level of confidence. What did you see?
Well, I think he's very comfortable. I think the reception he's received from the patrons here has probably relaxed him, incredibly. I think that was the one area that he wasn't sure of how he was going to be received. An absolute unknown environment, and I think this whole week has probably gone way better than planned. After his press conference, on Monday, that he did such a masterful job at silencing the media with every question, and he was able to settle down then and get on. I'm sure he's kind of just sort of refused most interviews after that, and said, I need to concentrate on preparing, and I think, as I said, the patrons have given him great support here.
Have you been surprised by that level of support?
I have to say, a little bit I am.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 wood, 3 metal, club of choice. Just turn it over, make it draw. Oh my goodness, that was but
that's a break.
That's a big break.
Got tangled up in a magnolia, spits it out in play. These last 2 holes, this comes right after made his first bogey at the 7th. Ball actually bounced off the mound. Got a fortunate kick there at 8. Led to the eagle. Only one of the day at the 8th. And back-to-back threes for Tiger going back to the 4th round last year. The 8th hole. But this is the shot right here. And it was executed to perfection, really. And then the birdie putt down the hill. Eagle birdie finish to the first 9. And out in 33 for Tiger. Failed to birdie the 2nd hole. Birdied the 3rd. Meanwhile, over at 17.
Nick Watney, 5 under. Long putt for a birdie. And not very good. He is so far bogey free. Tom Watson in the clubhouse bogey free in his 67. Watney trying to just stick with pars and birdies. Now to number 12.
And a beautiful look back from behind the green to the 12th tee. United States Open champion Lucas Glover getting set to go, deciding on which club to use. 7s and 8 irons for the majority so far. Grouped with Miguel Angel Jimenez from Spain, and also Eduardo Molinari, the elder of the 2 Molinari brothers, playing this week. Lucas at 1 over. That was an 8 iron for Lucas. Nice smooth swing. Whoa, settle. The ball will always gather back into the pond there, fronting the green. If it lands into the upslope, it always comes back down. Yes, sir. Only one time in history have I seen one stop up there, and that was with Freddie Couples back in '92. Let's go to 17.
And Watney's par putt. Very, very disappointing after a good tee shot to come up as far short as he was with the two shots. Wasn't good, and he's going to wait before he taps in for a bogey. Back to 14.
Mickelson at the 14th has this for par.
All from that unfortunate little bump. It just gone off the green by a yard. He'd have been chipping from no more than 25 feet. Instead it feeds back, and even got a tricky putt from 40 feet over the ridge.
Over at the 9th, this is David Duval.
And again, this green has 3 tiers, and one just about in line with that umbrella there, black and white umbrella you can see right there to climb up.
As the last group of the day playing the 9th. Back to 17.
Watney for his bogey. Always disappointing, battling away. The players very much aware of bogey-free rounds. Would be very proud of one at the Masters. At 14.
Kenny Perry was in a playoff here last year. The one won by Cabrera. Cabrera shot 1 over. Perry resides at 1 over right now.
Yeah, I spoke to him earlier in the week on the range, and he said he was just uncomfortable with everything in his game. Wasn't quite firing on all cylinders.
And Kenny Perry, his game just continues to be a little bit off.
Rain getting a little bit heavier here, Jim. Tom Watson, Phil Mickelson, Y.E. Yang, Lee Westwood tied at 5 under. For real-time scoring, live video, news, and more, you can visit Masters.com and ESPN.com. Just Just heard the discussion of bogey-free rounds. The only one now belongs to Tom Watson. That's 67 at age 60. 4 tied atop the leaderboard here on day 1 of the 2010 Masters. 2004 and 2006, the years that Phil Mickelson won his Masters titles. He's never had the 18-hole or 36-hole lead but once back in 1995. But top the leaderboard. Something about this place. I know you've been searching for the consistency all year, and boy, you've come down Magnolia Lane and seem to find it and feel it.
I do love this place, Mike. There's something that relaxes me about this golf course because I feel like I don't have to be perfect. I feel like I can miss shots and still recover. I know the greens, and so I have confidence in the reads and how they're going to break. Even though they're tricky, I've played them now for so many years that I have a pretty good idea of exactly what it's going to do, and it relaxes me when I go down Magnolia Lane.
You haven't played your best this year, obviously. You tinkering around, or are you struggling a little bit?
No, I haven't been tinkering too much. It just hasn't quite clicked. It doesn't, like I've been saying for a while, it doesn't feel far off. But I've been either driving it great or the putter hasn't been quite there. But the putter feels terrific right now. All the putts that didn't go in were catching lips, and to me, that's a sign that I'm tracking the ball on line and giving it a good roll. I made a couple out there today. Made a lot of short ones as well, and so the putter and the short game feels really good. And given that I drove the ball well and the fairways are a little more open here, I can free it up. I feel pretty comfortable on this course.
Regular in the top 10, 5th the last few times, 2 times a champion. Great start. Enjoy the rest of the week, Phil.
Thank you.
Only once the last 12 years has Phil Mickelson been outside of the top 12. 3 straight years third. Of course, the wins in 04 and 06. Phil Mickelson's game fitting Augusta National, as people have said for years, and boy, the record proving that. He joins Watson and Yang in Westwood. We watched Watney drop a shot back, and let's watch Woods at 10.
Again, this has been the most difficult hole of the day.
Well, after the fortuitous kick from out the trees, that may not stay up, but then maybe this little bit of damp rain will hold it halfway down the bank.
Over to 13.
And Zach Johnson. And as he did when he won his green jacket, laid up at 13, converts for a birdie 4, gets to -2 to 14.
This is Rory McIlroy in his 3rd shot. It's been a struggle to this point. Finds a most unexpected birdie.
Didn't Didn't get a smile though. Look, his frustration's already set in.
I feel rather fortunate that this weather has been able to kind of stay away from the area, the full fury of it to this point. You know, you get to the point where you wonder if they can, how many holes can they get in? How many groups can finish? And can you eventually get this thing to a point where Friday you could have the whole field through 36 holes and get the tournament on track? Let's go back over to the 10th. KJ Choi.
Just a strong breaking right to left pitch and run here. Decided to throw it quite a long way up there. And I think we're pretty happy with that one.
Tiger will be next to play.
His ball, in fact, did sort of hang on the slope there, Jim.
Mm-hmm. You know, Nick, you take 5 months off, self-imposed break from the game. You come back and you have your first competitive round at Augusta. I mean, just how difficult is that to come out here and be able to be on your game?
Well, exactly. We believe that Tiger probably didn't hit golf balls for the first 4 months. He's only been started practicing for about a month. You know, to be non-competitive, there's something about, you know, you can practice, and sure, you see good golf shots, but it's that feedback you need when you're actually on a golf course under competitive condition to give you that confidence. You know you can land the ball, you know, on your chosen yardage, and that's one of the key factors here at the Masters. So just jam that chip and run too much.
That's a tough putt coming back down. This is the part of the game that you really thought the feel shots might be the area that would expose his time away from the game the most. Now at 18, Nick Watney.
Oh, very difficult. Like ball below his feet. He's going to need that big shoulder turn he gets to get this one airborne.
He likes it to be right.
Sure does. What a magnificent
he should love it. Easy.
Oh, no, don't do that. Sit there. What a magnificent golf shot.
Little green in regulation for the man who led the field last year. He hit 55 of 72 last year, and then in his debut in 08, he finished 11th. Let's go out to the 13th. Peter Costas is there.
And the familiar figure of Fred Couples laid well back off the tee, had about 239, and elected to lay up to this position. Currently a wonderful 3 under par through 12 holes.
Right.
Effortless motion. Beautifully judged from 65 yards, and Fred Couples has that left at 13 to get to -4. A player that just seems to fit these rolling hills here at Augusta. Let's go to 15.
Soren Kjeldsen. And a nice shot. Difficult to judge this new front hole location. That'll be a quick one down the hill. We'll go back to 10. Let's talk about quick.
Yeah, and turning. So when this thing kind of ran out at the end, his chip, it was making a rather significant left turn at the end. His putting, well, he's made putts at 8 and 9. It was a rather ugly poke at the 7th, and earlier in the round had a makeable putt at 1. About 12 feet.
You can see by the delicate putting stroke that this could have at least a foot of break in it, though.
His first par.
That must have been caused by that, little bit of moisture we've had over the last 20 minutes. Just slowed it up that one more rotation.
Second bogey of the round for Woods. One of many to give away a shot at the 10th. Another big test coming up at 11. Second most difficult hole of the day. Let's go to 14.
Zach Johnson. Second shot, he's 2 under. And center of this huge green.
Zach Johnson, one of the 16 Masters champions in the field for 2010. We remind you that you can follow the tournament on your mobile phone by visiting masters.com or by downloading the Masters iPhone app today. 4 atop the leaderboard, including 60-year-old Tom Watson, with Kim in at 4 under and Watney off that great shot with a putt to get to 5 on the 18th green.
Once a champion, always a champion at Augusta. The excitement, the emotions, the moments bloom alongside the azaleas. There are many ways to remember and honor the past. None sweeter than seizing the present. The Masters.
There's something about the accomplishment already at Augusta that brings out the best in some of golf's biggest names. You've seen the winds coming through and the rain intermittently here over this last hour or so. Front coming from west to east. It looks like for the moment the strongest stuff is just south of us, and maybe we will be able to get most, if not all, of the first round in here today. Let's return to Jim at 18.
And Nick Watney has a chance for birdie and make it a 5-way tie at the top.
Oh, it's going to stay high. That little bit of moisture has changed things. For temperatures dropped slightly, so known in the past how these greens do react quite considerably to temperature or moisture or humidity changes.
And 68 for Watney, second one of the day. Anthony Kim shot that as well. Back to 13.
And the birdie for Fred Couples to get to -4. Never a doubt. I don't think anybody questioned that Fred's game could handle this competition. You wonder, walking, stretching his back, is he going to be able to handle it physically? Now this was earlier also, Sergio Garcia for his birdie. It's been a very, very ho-hum year, almost lackluster for Sergio, performance-wise and emotionally. That gets him back to +1, however. And Nick, you have to wonder how those spikeless golf shoes that Fred is wearing is going to hold up in the rain.
And sockless as well.
To 16.
Vijay Singh, who's battling back problems, manages to get this in, but that only gets him to 4 over par. Had to withdraw from the Houston Open last week. Back to 14.
2007 Masters champion Zach Johnson. He made a key birdie here at 14 in the final round 3 years ago. Took a 2-shot lead, won by the same margin over Woods, Goosen, and Sabatini, and that was a nice effort, awfully close. Tap in par. Zach remains at 2 under. He has not recorded a top 10 finish on the tour this year after personal best of 9 top 10s last year. To Tiger at 11.
And on the tee of the 505-yard par 4, Tiger not happy with it. It's going way right. Oh, and once again a fortuitous bounce back out into the second cut. That could have been a lot worse. Always seems to struggle with this tee shot, Nick.
Well, Ian, the squirrels love him. Somebody's getting him some serious help. Well, that was one of the ones where he gets stuck behind. He's been trying to work on with Hank Haney, trying to get the club more out in front of him, you know, stay on top of the ball.
Well, the 11th hole and the 12th hole are the start of Amen Corner, and they are absolutely wonderful holes. Let's start with 11 here, the White Dogwood. Starts atop the hill. The players have to fire it down as close to the trees on the right as they can, try and draw it over the hill to maximize the run down the right to left camber. And then atop the hill, they have to fire down to one of the most demanding greens in all of golf, not just here at Augusta National. It's a large green, but a very difficult target, intimidating target. And today playing the second hardest on the course at a stroke average of 4.42. Just 2 birdies all day. Just finding the green in 2. The players breathe a sigh of relief. 2 putts for 4, go to the 12th. Just a wonderful golf hole. And ahead of the green, Ian Poulter, who is playing nicely. He is 1 under through 10 holes. Just from the fringe, and very quick. Nick, interesting point. After that little bit of rain that we had, plus all of the pollen that's on the greens, very sticky. And we've seen a lot more putts come up short in the last half hour than we've seen all day.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Because these players are working with the absolute fraction of touch here. They've been fine-tuning for the, three days practice, maybe longer, and then suddenly, this moisture comes in. Yeah, it's the first time we've had 90-degree weather for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So the first change.
Let's go back to 10.
And David Duval finds himself in a similar spot, a little farther away than Tiger faced in the group ahead. Duval has held it together here with a couple of nice saves. It's 1 under through 9. Fascinating seeing David at times get in contention, like last year at the U.S. Open. This year at Pebble Beach, we finished second. He left this one below the hole. Bill McAtee's at 14.
Fred Couples back on the tee. This sweeping dog leg right to left around those Georgia pines. Fred puts it into that second cut. Hole location today will help, though, to the left. 16.
And Soren Yeltsin, 2 under. Oh, brother. So he now has 15 feet left for birdie at the 16th. And we go to 11.
And the second shot for Tiger. Seems like the trees are just in his line. We'll have to fade this one. Oh, it's taken off on a wonderful line. Just a gentle fade. Oh, another spectacular recovery shot for Tiger Woods there. Boy, he's played some great shots at 8, again at 9. With a lovely shot into 10 that didn't quite make it up the bank. And a beautiful shot there. Good chance for another birdie. And now the Open champion, Stuart Sink. It took him 50 tries to win his first major. Many thought he would have won before then, but still, he has a major to his belt, to his accomplishments. A wonderful win last year. It would have been a great story for Tom Watson to win there at Turnberry, but Stuart Sink applied the pressure in the playoff, played some remarkable golf to take home the claret jug. There's Tiger's ball. Just left of the hole there. Matt Kuchar will be next to play. Penultimate group here. Tiger, Matt Kuchar, KJ Choi. KJ a long way down the left side there. See him waiting for his next. And it's a tricky second shot here because now he's got the brow of the hill that really makes it difficult to choose the right club. You really have to trust your yardage here. Nick, you'd have to say this is one of your favourite holes in golf, having won 2 of your Masters titles here at the 11th in playoffs.
Yeah, obviously, Ian, yes, incredibly in two playoffs. And, you know, this hole always scared me. I had the utmost respect for it. So, in fact, the week that I won my first playoff in '89, I made bogey there on every single round, isn't it? And then I birdied it for the playoff. So that was quite something.
You chose the right time to make the birdie.
Yeah, all about timing. Well, it was so dark that year. I was really concerned if I had the if I could be strong enough to say I didn't wish to continue because it was so dark I couldn't see the 12th green.
Kuchar coming off a bogey at 10. This is drawing. All right, enough club to get it up in the middle of the green. Good shot from that far out if it stays on the surface. And just trickles over the back. Just a little chip and run left there, but a tricky one because he goes into the slope and then down towards the hole. So a difficult up and down coming up for Matt Kuchar, who was leading amateur here, the 1998 Masters. We'll go back to 10.
And Duval for par. Oh, that was careful. It's really nasty from 2 feet.
Yeah, you get so scared of pulling the putt that then you rock your shoulders and fan the blade open, and then you regret it very quickly. It just doesn't take the break.
Let's go to 15.
And Kenny Perry at 2 over hit the most amazing second shot in here. Bounced just to the short and right of the hole and curled around to here just to get back to even par. Lovely stuff. The 15th, quite often the easiest hole on the golf course, but a hole that quite often you'll see the biggest number of the week. Seen double figures here several times as we go to the hole before it.
Well, Fred has got a tough shot upcoming here with that pine tree blocking access to the hole location. It was interesting, he cleared that space because he's not wearing spikes, and so he wanted to make sure that he kept his footing, and this is a nice effort up over the ridge, and that's okay. Coming off back-to-back birdies, 4 players age 50 or older are under par today. Bernhard Langer at one point had it to 3 under, finished with 71. And ageless Tom Watson in with 67 to 16.
And this is Mickelson for birdie. Nope. Playing in his second Masters. Didn't make the cut last year, but qualified because of his stellar play in the PGA Championship last August when he was in contention and wound up finishing 6th. Mickelson at 2 under, 4-way tie at the top. Mickelson, Watson, Y.E. Yang, and Lee Westwood with couples Kim Watney at 4 under. Then Sandy Lyle, champion here in 1988. David Toms, Tiger Woods, former champion Immelman, Zach Johnson. And Steve Marino playing in his first Masters ever.
I remember in '58 when I won, I was young enough and excited enough to be driving to win. To have that opportunity and to have that happen, it was probably one of the great thrills of my life. If you could put your life on the line and say that there's a golf tournament that has been certainly one of the most dominating things in a person's life, you could say that about my participation in the Masters, my feeling about Augusta, and the things that have happened there in my lifetime.
The smiles and the memories that Arnold Palmer has made for so many over the years at Augusta National, and how about even at age 80 yesterday in the par 3 contest for the 3rd straight year with Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player. Just watch and listen. There were 2 aces in the par 3 contest at the 9th, but that was the best shot of the day at 9. The birdie by Arnold that brought all the patrons to their feet and gave them another memory from the king. Louis Oosthuizen from South Africa ended up winning the par 3 contest yesterday. 60.
Kenny Perry. Well, he almost aced this hole in the final round a year ago. Wound up getting into a playoff, losing to Cabrera. Let's go to 14.
Umbrellas are out. Steady rain now. Fred has been the dominant player on the Champions Tour this year, winning 3 consecutive events after finishing as the runner-up in the first tournament of the year in Hawaii. And he has had a terrific start so far. This is for a 3rd consecutive birdie. Would get him to 5 under and a share of the lead. With the rain, sometimes judging speed is a little more difficult than it is even ordinarily. Par for couples to 11.
And a birdie putt here for Tiger Woods, and a very makeable one. Slightly right to left and slightly back up the slope. He has looked surprisingly comfortable over his putts to me today. A lot of pressure, a lot of tension, I'm sure, having not played for 5 months. Last time he played was back in Australia in November, where he won the Australian Masters. Could be a coincidence. But he does really look quite comfortable. His rhythm's been good. He's had a couple of tee shots go a little astray, but not too badly. A couple of good kicks back into the rough from the trees. He's taken advantage of those minor breaks. And after the bogey at 10, remains 2 under. Matt Kuchar also at 2 under. And also in this grouping, KJ Choi at 1 under. So a very good group here today. Good one to watch. Matt Kuchar has really been putting beautifully. Good to see him back in form. He's struggled quite a bit the last 3 years. Won again. Rejuvenated that flashy style that we first saw over 10 years ago when he first made his way here back in '98 as a rookie and an amateur, and a good par there at 10. KJ left his second shot here at the 11th about 40 feet short. And has this one left for par. But Tiger's got about 45 paces from the edge of the 11th green here up to the 12th tee. And I'm sure we'll see a lot of the patrons up there. You can see in the background will be on their feet, have a little bit of a stretch and a cheer and a great applause for this grouping as they make the way to 12. It's been surprising to me, the positive attitude of all of the patrons here. It's been remarkable. I think golf in general is very happy to have him back playing. Now KJ for par. Well done on the difficult 11th. 3 par 4s. It's for each group that comes up, especially past Masters winners, green jacket holders always get a little bit more of applause. And the hardy bunch they are out there, braving the elements, not worrying about the weather warnings that's been posted around the course. We'll go to 16.
And Kenny Perry. Oh, dear. So he will remain level par with 2 to play in the first round of the 2010 Masters. Careful not to step in the line. Perry taps in. Par following the eagle at 15. And we go to 15.
And the darkening sky there, really not an indication of the weather that we've had. Freddie looking like he may have lost that one a touch. And not enough to be any real danger there. This is up by the green behind the bleachers. Zach Johnson, I don't even know where he is. What? Oh, okay. All right, I got him now. Actually, he's way right there. Let's go to 12.
KJ Choi with the honor with a 9-iron. What a difference it is now. 30 minutes ago, the wind was howling across the tops of the trees. Beautiful shot. Wonderful, strong swinger. That whole location today, it's 14 feet over the front edge and it's 14 feet to the back edge. So it's right in the center of the green.
That's right, Ian. It's only 9 paces deep, the middle waist to this green.
It's such a beautiful hole. Quite possibly one of the most copied holes in golf architecture.
Well, the beauty of it is it's almost like 3 greens in one. And you have to pick, you have to make your decision, which obviously it's quite simple this time with it being in the middle, because that's basically where everybody would bail out for safety. So this would be regarded as probably the easiest of hole locations.
Tiger with a 9-iron. Spectacular shot. Well, I like to see that. The tip of the cap. A lot of those patrons have waited all day for that one. 1 birdie in the last 40 rounds on the 12th hole at the Masters for Tiger Woods. Goes all the way back to the 3rd round in 05. And now Matt Kuchar also with a 9-iron. Different style of swing there, not as up and down the line as the other two, a little more rounded, and he's pulled that one well to the left. And it found its way back from the pine straw and the rough there. As they make their way to the Hogan Bridge, let's take another look at Tiger's shot here, a 9-iron, 150 yards, the 12th hole. He'll have that putt for a birdie here at 12 to go back to 3 under par. And there's a couple of bridges here. They'll cross their way from 12 tee to 12 green. This is the Hogan Bridge, first dedicated back in 1958 to commemorate Ben Hogan's record score for 4 rounds of 274. Imagine that, 14 under par back in 1953. And then as they depart, that one there in the background is the Nelson Bridge, and as they make their way off the 13th tee, a couple of Fort Worth, Texas young men, Ben Hogan and Byron Nelson, grew up together, caddied together, competed against each other, 2 legends of the game. Both honored here at 12 and 13. Let's go to 18.
Trevor Immelman, Masters champion, has this for birdie.
Delighted to see Trevor back in the hunt here. He's been struggling, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'm delighted to see a little 3 go in the hole there for a round of 69. It has been a major struggle since he won a couple of years back.
Had the wrist injury issues and had about 3 operations, I believe, at the end of last year, but believes it's all solid now.
Let's go to 15.
Zach Johnson sneaking one down the hill in that little film of moisture. Oh, that was a scary putt earlier on today. He'll be happy enough with a 5 after the very wayward second shot, as we'll go back to 12.
And a couple of good chances for birdies from KJ Choi and Tiger Woods, but a little difficulty here for the up and down for Matt Kuchar over there on long left.
It's amazing, Ian, if we have dodged this storm, how it's suddenly gone absolutely almost breathless out there now.
It's really amazing here. Both flags at 11 and 12 are hanging limp, and that's a very unusual phenomenon here around the bend of 11, 12 and 13. Well, wind blows from all different directions, Nick, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, and I think we completely lost it up here on 18 on top of the hill, so quite amazing that, if they can get through, Tiger maybe, getting a break, being in the the afternoon groups, when everybody thought it was going to be the most difficult this afternoon. They fought through the middle of the end of the front 9, and now they have an opportunity maybe to finish off this evening in absolute idyllic conditions.
That's right. If the storm stays away and it stays still like this, and the greens, a little bit of moisture allows them to be a fraction more aggressive. See some more birdies. Difficult to bump and run with so many stamens and different pine straw, etc., surrounding the greens, but he's chosen that option. Oh, catches the flag. But just a little aggressive. With the moisture in the grass around the greens too, quite often you get a skidding effect with those bump and runs, and you can use that to your advantage on an upslope sometimes, but that one really took off. He may still be away. Playing in just his 4th Masters. It's astounding to me when he played here first in '98. But now a winner again and playing so much better. KJ Choi also in great form coming in here, having finished second a couple of weeks ago down in Florida, the transitions, and with 7 wins to his credit on the PGA Tour. Many thought he'd be the first Asian to win a major championship. Y.E. Yang last year pipped Tiger Woods up at Hazeltine in that fantastic victory at the PGA Championship. But KJ Choi has been a steady performer for the last decade. A tough competitor, a lovely man, lives in Texas. And now Cooch, he's 12 foot or so, as you can see. Could be a great par. Currently 2 under. '97 US Amateur Champion. Boy, it doesn't seem 13 years ago we saw that smiling face. You thought that'd go a little left. It stayed out to the right. Disappointing bogey there. You don't want to make bogeys with 9-iron in your hand. Let's go to 17.
Soren Kjeldsen right at the back of the green, close to the cup at the par 4. And nicely holed. Takes him to 3 under. Went 5.55 at 13, 14, 15. Both for par 5s and a bogey at the 14th, so happy with that birdie at 15.
Freddie up on the top left there of the screen
Into the hole, right.
with Joe LaCava.
I know. Thought. Ripping it over the green.
Zach Johnson did tap in.
I don't mind. Okay. It's going to get. Oh, I know what you're saying. Now,
David, is he saying he doesn't mind hitting over the green?
20 though, right? 20 is total.
Okay, well, Joe's given him 220 as total, and you know, the wind here, Nick, has been here and gone, and you know, right now the flag is just hanging limp. But you can see at the top of the hill there, the flag holder, his is blowing, you know, decently from Freddie's left to right. So trying to cut it in there. Oh boy. Oh, he didn't mind being long, and that actually isn't the worst spot with the moisture that's on the ground now. Definitely had enough club. We'll go back to 12.
And Tiger's birdie chance here. Interestingly, Tiger has never broken 70 in the opening round of the Masters. If he could knock this one in, he'd go to 3 under and be well on his way with 2 par 5s coming up. Oh, a little bit right. Very similar to the putt from Matt Kuchar we just saw. Opportunity missed there. Oh, he'll rue that one. Thought that was dead straight. Tiger uses a line. You can see that lined up dead straight at the center of the hole. He'll make his way to 13. We'll head up to the green,
where we find Padraig Harrington. And he makes his birdie, gets himself back to +1. Through this point in the first round of the Masters, a little bit of a disappointing start for Padraig. But Phil Mickelson, Tom Watson, Y.E. Yang, and Lee Westwood are all extremely happy at -5.
You know the positions of the roars. You know that was an eagle. You know that was a birdie. You know who it was. Unlike any place you've ever been.
There are no other sounds in golf as the level of what you hear and sense at Augusta.
The sounds of Augusta, it goes from dead silent out in the golf course to huge roars when somebody makes a long putt on those greens.
I mean, you would stand up on any hole and you would just hear 13, 15, number 2, number 8.
And great to hear that from the men who have created some of those sounds with their magic around Augusta National and their championships here at the Masters. Mickelson, Watson, including there, Y.E. Yang, Lee Westwood, all at 5 under par, with couples just one back as he plays 15. Anthony Kim, Nick Watney, 2 strong Americans there at 4 under, and the champion from a few years ago, Trevor Immelman, another Masters champion, Sandy Lyle. That stat that went by earlier really jumped out at you. 4 players over the age of 50 under par here on the first day at the Masters. Speaks to what experience means here, including Bernhard Langer, twice the champion, who shot 71 early out, and all the way back across the generations, Matteo Mancero, the 16-year-old from Italy, shooting 71. 7 Masters champions in the top 14 currently on the leaderboard. Speaks to the experience and understanding of what it's all about here at Augusta National. To 13.
Where we find Tiger Woods going with a 3-wood off the tee. Now, up until now, he's hit a cut as his go-to shot. That one is a draw around the corner and absolutely in wonderful position to be able to attack this hole location in 2. Back to 12.
Former number 1 in the world, David Duval, playing nicely today, 8 iron.
Get down a little.
Nicely done to the safe side of the hole. Let's check back in with Mike Tirico and Curtis Strange in the Butler cabin.
Ian, thanks. Curtis, just give me your thoughts as you've watched Tiger play through the first 12 holes. What have you seen? What stuck out to you?
Well, I think he's played the way he's played for the last 2 or 3 years. Whenever he's tried to draw the golf ball, he leaves it out to the right a little bit. He's missed 5 fairways. He's only missed 3 greens. That's the Tiger Woods we know. But I can't help but go back, and the reception he got going to the first hole today had to make him feel much, much better than before he went there.
You think that reception may have put him at ease as he went on for the rest of his round?
I really do, and I also think the 2 shots he hit on the first hole, here it is.
Oh, please, on the tee.
You know, it had to put him at
Tiger
ease, and then hitting a good tee shot on the first hole and a good solid second shot. That's what you want to do, is get off with a good solid start.
You see how the patrons were lined up all the way back to the tree and all the way down that first fairway. And many of the reports there, Masters champions are always welcomed with a warmth and a different sound. We were talking about the sounds of Augusta. Their applause is their welcome. But I think that was, with all the doubt and all the questions, something that people talked about. Now, the short shots, the fine shots, the field shots, that's something that I think we all thought would be of interest. What have you seen regarding those?
Same old business. He's been well. He's hit it pretty well. He's putted it pretty well. He's hit some good putts. I don't know. It looks like business as usual. I mean, he's hit a lot of good shots.
You surprised?
Not early in the week. Let's see how he progresses, how the adrenaline wears off. Let's see how he handles the pressure on the weekend.
Good point. Okay, let's go to 15.
Well, Freddie Couples just in the edge there. The first cut has a relatively nice lie. Might well just choose to bump this into the fringe.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Oh, that looks like a pretty good weight. That's very nicely done. Back up the hill. Almost a straight putt, and he will have that to tie the lead. 50 years old. Really. His hair's been that color since he was 25. I think. To 18.
And Mickelson, the 5-7 Dane. His best finish in a major at Hazeltine, finished 6th.
Oh, that follow-through indicates another one lost to the right. There's something about coming up this hill. The players just cannot make a follow-through.
That is a most difficult down and 2 as we return to David Faraday at the 15th.
Yeah, and Sergio Garcia from just off the edge. This is for eagle. So beautiful second shot in here. This will have some right to left in it. This would cheer him up immensely. Oh boy, did he hit it. No.
He's just not into it, David. I saw him last night.
Yeah?
And I said, are you ready? And he said, no, straight away, split second. I said, oh, well, give us a call when you are.
Well, fair enough then.
You know, simple as that. He just hasn't got the passion firing.
Well, it's in there. You know, it's in there. It's just
he hasn't found the right balance between, you know, the getting the swing right and getting the emotions. Either the poor swing changes his emotions, or whether his emotions are just wrong and he can't get into it, get the swing right.
And Shingo Katayama, without the usual squashed Stetson, is going with the ball cap. +4. This one for birdie. Dangerous combination of trousers and shoes there. Ooh, yes. Lovely. At +3. Languishing a little at the minute. May want to break out the old squashed Stetson for tomorrow. We'll go back to 12.
And David Duval at even par has a chance to get into red figures. And they're all leaving it out to that side. It's deceiving them all. Good stroke, good speed. Remains even par. Back to 15.
Back to 15, and Freddie with just wandering around there comfortably. He's got his slippers on.
David, you're talking about his hair. I was on the first tee on Monday morning when he was playing with Tiger, and most people would say, you know, they'd love to have Freddie's swing or the boom boom drive, and this gentleman behind me said, God, I'd just love to have his hair for a day. So of course I turn around and he's bald. So
That might be great, but there's plenty of it, that's for sure. And this to tie the lead. And that'll be one of those Augusta roars. Right up there with the most popular players ever to play the game, especially here at Augusta. Fred Couples now tied with Phil Mickelson, Tom Watson, Yang, and Westwood. 5 at 5 under. Sergio taps in for birdie. Can't get it lit at the moment. 1 over par. But it's early days here in the first round. Another one of the famous walks, and part of the genius of this original Jones Mackenzie design is that despite the fact that this golf course has been lengthened by 500 or 600 yards in the last 10 or 15 years, you just walk off one green and right onto the next tee. The only long walk really is from 10 to 11. And one of the most beautiful walks in golf around this park. And here's a bad spot at 18.
We've seen a number of them left in the bunker. You've got to play it off the slope.
Trying to use the slope. He played that very well. Now, if it will just check and come round, that is what many have tried to do. And as you can see, wow, 10 feet is as good as it gets.
About the best we've seen, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah.
Duval made his par over at 12. Meanwhile, we go back to 16.
And this lovely setting, the par 3. And on the tee, one of the 5 men tied for the lead. Let it be noted that 2 of the 5 are north of 50 years of age. Fred Couples.
It's quite a difficult hole location, this, Vern, isn't it? Because the bunker there on the left doesn't cover you from, protecting the water. They put the whole location just a yard or 2 short of that bunker. So if you tweak this left, you can just see the corner of the bunker there. Your ball would go down into the water. So, and with the ridge to the right as the players look, it's a pretty slim slither of a green that they have to aim at.
Matter of fact, Nick, earlier this afternoon, Jim Furyk put his tee shot in the water. And then his 3rd shot hit the bank and rolled back in. He wound up with a 6.
Wow.
Yeah. So it can be precarious.
So you want to try and land this one pretty close to hole high, 15 feet right of the hole location, and let it feed down. You see Freddie's gone right over to his left-hand side of the tee, even though his feet are outside the teeing area. That is perfectly permitted, as long as the ball is within the teeing ground. Reason for that is to visualize a little draw into this hole.
Well, he took dead aim, and he's got probably 25 feet. Typically laconic reaction from Fred Couples. 18.
I got a par putt on the way here for Kelson.
Works very much on the sound of the putt, Jim. Wants the absolute sweet hit.
That's not sounding so good right
that
now.
wasn't so sweet. That would leave a little bitter taste on 18 in your mouth.
The groans. Winner of the Open de Andalusia event in Spain. Has won in that country the last 2 years, and let's go back to the play at 13.
Well, after a fairly substantial wait for the group in front, Tiger Woods ready to play his 2nd shot.
Do you think he takes his whole location on, Peter?
Well, it's 207 yards. No, I think this is going to be 15 or 20 feet left of the hole. Maybe let the slope of the green funnel it back to the hole. Although he's starting this out to the right and trying to turn it back over. Well, that's the prudent place. Will it catch enough of the slope to funnel back to the hole? Yes, it will. Tiger Woods now with no more than 10 feet for Eagle 3 at 13. And no matter how you look at it, this is really a remarkable performance after 144 days away from competitive golf. Currently 2 under par, 3 shots behind our leaders.
Harry Connick Jr. so eloquently framing the thoughts that so many have when you return to Augusta each April. And you can follow the tournament on your mobile phone by visiting masters.com or by downloading the iPhone app today. A great chance to get caught up in all the action the next 3 days. 17.
Zach Johnson, middle of the fairway. 158. That quick rhythm. And he turned a little bit right to left. And he does an excellent job. Settle down. Very good chance for a birdie. Up ahead at 18.
And Kenny Perry. I tell you, pretty nice little rally here at the end of the round for Perry. 49 years old, and his game been a miss here lately, but
yeah, it was quite funny on the range. I said to him, "How's the swing?" He said, "Well, I'm laying the club underneath me, dropping it inside, and hitting it fat." So I did try to help him for 5 minutes.
Looks like you did. Let's go back out to 16.
And Sergio Garcia. What an interesting observation he made, Nick, when he said he wasn't ready. No,
exactly. It was in a split second. I saw him last night at one of the golfing brands parties, and from just simply said, "Right, are you ready?" And in all good spirits. And he just said, "No." I went, "Oh, okay." So enjoy your dinner.
Succinct.
No, it's quite funny. You've got, Freddie's attitude is a kind of a, two men with a couldn't care less attitude, and one is working and one isn't right now. So Freddie enjoys that, that lovely freedom of letting it go.
Yep. Let's go to 13.
Well, KJ Choi got a lucky break hanging up on the bank. This is third shot at 13. So he'll have that left for his birdie. Currently 1 under par, has that to go to -2. And some very, very nice golf out of this grouping. To 16.
And Garcia.
Wow, Fern, this is going to be almost over towards Freddie's putter there. Maybe he's putting it down there to give him a little helping hand. I'm sure he isn't, but this could have 20 feet of break.
Yeah, it's going to go severely to the right.
This is shades of Tiger's chip, Vern, so get ready. Just in case.
No, well done. All in all. Back to 13.
Where we have Matt Kuchar now ready for his eagle attempt. So much speculation this week on who would be in the pairing, what the group with Tiger Woods. Would it be a good thing? Would it not be a good thing? It's turned out to be a non-event. All 3 players under par. So close, and yet he will have a strong 3 feet left for his birdie. Making the turn at 33, 3 under par with bogeys at 10 and 12 to drop to -1. A solid round for Matt Kuchar. Now this putt for Tiger to get to -4 and 1 shot from the lead.
For a double eagle round. That's incredible, isn't it, Peter?
It is. And now we're going to see a little bit of his experience and how good he is at green reading, Nick, because everyone, virtually everyone, has misread this to break more to the right than it really does. While he does that, let's go to 16 first.
For the lead. No.
It's just the moisture, Vern. It's changed. I was just about to say that with Pete Costas on 13. It'd be very interesting if Tiger can calculate the moisture on the green as well, how it's just changed the read by, a couple of inches.
Back to 13.
Well, here we go. Yeah, really, for the viewers at home, imagine with the pollen and the water, it's like a light dusting of flour mixed with water. It turns to glue. It slows these greens down. It makes it more difficult to read. Now, that's as close as anyone's come to reading it correctly, Nick.
Well, he did exactly what we kind of thought. He went a little bit firmer because he knew that, as exactly you've been describing, the pollen is just created like a light glue. And I think he thought, well, I just want to get it there, and then it just didn't quite break. Great effort, though.
Well, it's a solid round of golf so far. I mean, he's gotten just about everything he could get out of this round through this point. Obviously, a lot of holes remaining, a lot of danger lurking everywhere. But so far, his bad shots have ended up in okay positions, and he's taken advantage of them. Let's go to Kenny Perry at 18.
And trying to get in the red figures here. Finish with 71 if he makes it.
It's like the walking wounded, poor Kenny. He broke the putter that made it, had that famous run last year. Reshafted it twice. He said it's not the same, so he's got his backup putter. So he's coming at him from all angles. Poor fella.
Let's go back to 13.
Let's see if KJ Choi can make his birdie the hard way, up and down from the front hazard. Well, perhaps a little bit of an assist watching Tiger putt and Matt Kuchar putt first. Before him, KJ Choi makes birdie and gets to -2. Both KJ and Matt accepting the challenge of being paired with Tiger and performing very, very nicely. It's amazing, Nick, what's happened today. I mean, we've gone from 30-mile-an-hour gusts to absolutely still calm, from heat to cold, from dry to wet.
Exactly. I mean, we went with 90 degrees to practicing early in the week, all expecting to dry the golf course out. One little front line comes through, and it's probably going to be pretty chilly tomorrow morning as well.
Well holed by Matt Kuchar. He gets to -2. Now a formality for Tiger. Well, disappointed to not have the eagle free, but he makes birdie to move to -3 and 2 shots behind our group of leaders. And a little bit of a smile as he walks toward the 14th tee. And a lot more talking going on between these players in this group than you might have normally seen in the past with Tiger. Of course, Tiger and KJ both represent the same company and have known each other for quite some time, or they used to represent the same company. So the crowd cheering the whole group on. Let's go to 18.
Perry has this for par. Not bashful with his birdie putt. And able to grind out a par. All pars, in fact, on the first 9. And the eagle at 15 ends up to 72. 67 is the best one in. 4 of them, in fact, couples on the course at -5.
We're back at the Masters. Tiger Woods on the tee at the 14th.
Well, this one has to draw.
Sweep it around those Georgia pines.
I'm not so sure that he did. I think he just took it down just inside the tree line and went with that fade again.
Well, it worked for him, right side of the fairway. It's hard to overstate how important this round is for Tiger in so many ways. Historically, he has not gotten off to particularly good starts here at the Masters. Never had an opening round in the 60s. Has broken par just 5 times in the first round in 15 years and won 3 of those 5 times. Kuchar now. Likes it. So do the patrons. Perfect drive.
And our final group of the day. Adam Scott, David Duval, and Ricky Barnes. This is David Duval, who's laid up to this point. And he is going to take a little bit of a rest here and wait for the Tiger Woods group to walk up the 14th to the cheering of the crowd. Let things settle down. When David played his best golf, this was a very underrated part of his game. He was a superb wedge player, could really control the distance and trajectory of these shots. From about 75 yards. All right, very nicely done. Just past the hole. It'll be a quick putt down the slope, but he'll have that for his birdie 4 as we go to 17.
And Fred Couples blasted up the hill. Further hit the drive, the better the view of the green. And this makes it look so easy. Extraordinary results on the Champions Tour this year. Remarkable scoring.
Well, past Masters champions all over the first few pages of the leaderboard, like Mickelson and Couples and Watson, sitting at the top with Y.E. Yang, and Lee Westwood also there at 5 under, 67, looking to join this great group. Can't think of any event in sports really celebrates its champions like the Masters tournament here at Augusta. And no better example of that than 7:40 this morning. And 2 men who've combined for 10 green jackets and thousands of memories gave us another one. The honorary start at the first tee.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Arnold Palmer. Please join me in welcoming back Mr. Jack Nicklaus.
Through the years, they focused, they fought, they agonized, they attacked, and for all their competitive fire, the Masters always wins. The excitement, the emotions, the moments bloom alongside the azaleas, warming the magnolias and stoking the fire that drives some men to make history in Augusta.
The honorary starters, that's a custom dating back, Curtis, to 1963. The likes of Byron Nelson, Gene Sarazen, and Sam Snead have done it. First time for Jack doing it, and how great it is to see 10 combined green jackets. 95 times those 2 men competed in the Masters tournament, and there they were together again on the first tee this morning.
It's a huge part of the tradition and joy of playing in the Masters, being around all the past champions that continue to come back Jack and Arnie, certainly a big part of that over the years.
And a joy to see Tom Watson come out before his starting time today to see it with his own eyes. Maybe a little bit of the inspiration for Tom's 5 under par round of 67 today. To Jim at 18.
Well, looking down, again, the conditions have changed so much here. Just as still as can be. Zach Johnson.
Be right, baby. Down.
Oh, easy now. That flag was flapping rather violently about an hour ago. And back to 14.
Matt Kuchar. Center of the fairway.
Oh, go.
Asking for it to get going, pushed it to the right. And he was concerned that it would not get over that ridge and would go back down the false front. Continues to drift farther away from the hole, picking up momentum, and it still hasn't settled yet as KJ Choi gets ready from the second cut from 172. Great shot. Tremendous effort from KJ Choi. And he has handled all the attention today very calmly. Now Tiger. Right side of the fairway. Great spot to be for this back left hole location at 14. 164 remains.
No.
And finds the patrons. Patrons back left of this 14th green. You could tell by Tiger's reaction. Right away, he didn't like it. He had hit the tee shot that he wanted, but this got away from him.
Well, Woods, who had that terrific first opening nine, matter of fact, his best opening nine in a first round at a Masters. I remind you, at Masters.com tomorrow, Tiger's group will be in the featured group coverage. They are scheduled to start 10:35 a.m. Eastern. Featured group coverage should start early afternoon. That's Masters.com tomorrow.
We're back at 17. And Fred Couples appear to be ready to go, but double checking the wind. First hole at 14.
And this the previous group right before Tiger's group. This is Ian Poulter. And he quietly is working his way up the leaderboard now at 3 under 17.
And Freddie ready from 147. Spin now. He was admiring it. He loved it all the way. Just that beautiful rhythm, lovely flight to the shot, and an excellent chance for another birdie to go to 6 under and lead alone. Incredible. At 13.
Where we have David Duval now. This left for birdie 4. So close to getting to 1 under par. He'll have that left to remain level par. Interesting group, this, with Adam Scott, who has struggled and tried to refine his form. David Duval, well documented how he has lost his form and is now coming back from it. And Ricky Barnes, who, the third member of this group, played here in 2003. Maybe things came a bit too easily to him and didn't work hard enough, but now 7 years later he battles back and he's playing much better golf. So a case of 3 players who have lost their game and are coming back. Let's go to 14.
And this will have to be a delicate effort from Tiger. Cannot afford to get it too far past this hole location.
Yeah, it all depends how the release is now. Oh, one of the little stamens held it back, didn't it?
Yeah, that had the chance to be pretty good. But he did not flirt with getting it past the hole. That would have been dangerous.
Yeah, time if Tiger flicks that one out of the way. Probably thought playing a bit of snooker, maybe could bounce it off it, but it didn't work.
18.
Johnson, 2007 winner for birdie for 69. A lot of good scores today, Nick.
Very good. I mean, I think, you know, in that breeze, well, more than breeze, and the little gusts, I wasn't expecting, you know, so many 5-unders.
This was a little earlier. Stenson went out in 41.
Yeah, another fine player, just not comfortable with his game at the moment. I asked him, I said, you know, tell me about your game, and he said, how many pages have you got in your notepad?
Let's go to 17.
Sergio, third shot. Oh, he had a chance. We're always going to have a chance from there. Plenty of green to work with. Nice line, not much lip to deal with. Now at 18.
By the way, Stenson made par for a round of 80, and Jim Furyk also shot 80 today. So those are two surprises from premier players. Par for Zach. Who's 10 better?
That's a shame, Jim, because that's Fanny Sunerson, my caddy from 20 years ago when we were victorious.
Happy anniversary, Nick, to 13.
This was earlier Ricky Barnes for an eagle 3 to get to -2, the third and final eagle of the day at 13. Of course, Ricky played in 2003 as the result of his 2002 victory and beat Tiger Woods by 7 shots that day in the first round. Let's go to Matt Kuchar.
And we saw Matt grimacing earlier. This is why this ball rolled about 30 feet away from the hole after it landed. So this a long try for birdie. And that was nicely judged. $17.
And Sergio, just a little bit up the hill, left to right for his sand save. The shoulders are aligned a long way left of the line. I wonder if that's disrupting the stroke. And he just looks very frustrated, not excited about playing golf, which is a shame with all the talent he has. It's another bogey, 3 bogeys on that second 9, 2 over par now, with 5 under leading. A little more frustration for Sergio. Now Freddie, who is anything but frustrated. Just remarkable scoring on the Champions Tour. 77 under par for 12 rounds played on the Champions Tour. 4 3-round events. As we go to 14.
KJ Choi, after his brilliant approach shot, this for birdie. And he's within 2 of the lead. He's had a lot of success here at Augusta National over the years. Back-to-back birdies, 3 under. And now Tiger. And Nick, what have you thought of Tiger's putting stroke so far today?
Oh, it's very similar. I mean, everything is, you know, technically just about exactly the same. I mean, he works on the simplicity of the release. He likes to get the release, you know, the pure angle of the shaft, and you take it away, and he wants to match that absolutely exactly. And he's one of the few players who can actually kind of exert, you know, 100% of the energy from the putter head into the ball, which is some players obviously you miss-hit it, they excel the absolute fractions, jump fractionally offline, but Tiger's stroke is an absolute model to be copied.
This would be a nice save after that poor second shot. Tiger for par to remain at 3 under.
Just watch the back of his neck, and that's almost like a fulcrum to the pendulum. So how pure it stayed. Oh, it didn't break. Yeah, some say a lot of the breaks head down towards the 13th green, which would be, of course, fractionally to his right. So
Now Tiger gives one back at the 14th. -2, we go to 17.
Fred Couples to take the lead. It's a quick stroke, but moves very quickly. He knew he'd made it. 6 under par. 62 was his last round of the Cap Cana Championship, last Champions Tour event that he won. And just cruising along now. 6 under here. Would have to compare very well with 62 at the Cap Cana. Now at 15.
Yuta Ikeda with his second shot and a beautiful look here at the 15th. Big tee shot. Oh, and hits right in the upslope. That is almost as good a chance for eagle as we've seen. Kenny Perry hit it closer, but that's about it. 16.
Charles Schwartzel, 9-iron. Oh, watch this. Well, a foot for a 2.
And Ian Poulter, his third shot. Needs to spin. He didn't get it. But Ian Poulter going along at 3 under par. Right in there. To our leader.
How about that? Huh?
That's beautiful.
There's obviously something about, the bringing the confidence, winning 3 times, that's all you've seen, bringing that to the Masters.
And of course, this has been the tournament, always has been the tournament for Fred since he was a little boy, playing at Jefferson Park in Seattle, Washington. It was always for him about one place, Augusta National.
Really getting through the ball so beautifully. Got the club so well on plane, on line at the top of the swing, and splits the fairway. Fabulous.
Only missed the cut once here in all the years. In fact, he shares with Gary Player the record of 23 straight years making the cut. Let's go back out to 14.
David Duval from the Pine Straw.
Extremely difficult to get good footing. So where did that go?
Well, it ended up short. It was going to go back down the slope and onto the fairway.
Well, if that keeps going left, that makes life more and more difficult. Brings some serious break and twist into that putt, unfortunately.
Settles up against the collar back at the 15th tee. There's Tiger.
Well, with 15 and 16, very realistic birdie chances. 15, in fact, a chance for an eagle. A good tee shot here.
Swing, Tiger.
And he likes it. Oh, that is 10 miles down there. That's 20, 30 yards further than I've seen anyone hit it. He will have maybe 7-iron, 8-iron in there. Head to the 16th.
And Stuart Sink. This is an 8-iron. Using that ridge again. Well, somewhat ironical, the third member of this grouping is Padraig Harrington, who had a hole-in-one here a few years back.
Probably the most fun I ever had playing was the last round with Phil. And obviously, you know, he beats you, you shake his hand, you tell him congratulations, but I still say that's probably the best round of golf I've ever played. And so for me, at an age of whatever it was, to play that well was a lot of fun.
Well, that would have been at the age of 46. He was right in the thick of it until a 3-putt at the 14th on Sunday. And that exceptional record I mentioned, that was actually 08, the first year we missed the cut, but it only happened once. And he is, in fact, just a par away from a career low.
It was a difficult day. I mean, any player over 50 just making the cut this week is an incredible performance, but let alone being on the leading page.
Let's go out to 16
and sink for birdie. Yes. After the double bogey at 15, gets one back to 15.
And in pulled her for birdie, left to right down the hill. A beautiful putting stroke. Oh, you're kidding.
That is ridiculous,
That
David.
made a violent right turn.
With 2 inches
right
to go.
At the end, yeah. I mean, it's like it saw the hole and deliberately avoided it. Oh, well, 16.
And Charles Schwartzel playing in his first Masters. And the 25-year-old South African is now at 3 under par. Back-to-back birdies at 15 and 16. Let's go to 14.
And David Duval with one of those putts that you dread at 14. Up over the false front, the ridge, and now we'll try to get it anywhere close to the hole. And
that will feed off. That's going to go again. There's another ridge there. You can just see 3 paces below that cup. Well, that's brutally difficult.
Twice a runner-up here at the Masters in 98 and 01. And we go ahead to 15.
And first up, KJ Choi. A little over 200 yards. Ooh, beautiful shot. Got that ball to kick up in the air and slow down as the sun peeks out, or tries to. It'll be a quick one down the hill, but it is for eagle. I believe that's 6-iron he had in his hand. Tiger now will want to hit this hard. Boy, does not dislike that at all. Oh, there it is. The quality of the shots that he hits, that he's capable of hitting. Quite often, I'll be standing next to the second best player in the world, whoever that might be at any given time, and their reaction is the relevant one. They look at it and think, wow, I've got to do better than that. That's hard. 14.
David Duval is for par. So he will drop a shot, playing in his first Masters since 2006 when he opened 89-82. Came to 14 at even par. 18.
And the leader, Fred Couples.
41 hole. Right. 51 on the line. You got it.
Just 141 to the hole.
Which is nothing really, is it? Up the hill, downwind, maybe a soft 9.
It's helping, right? Yes. The flags over the scoreboard are still blowing. Still got some behind you.
I mean, for safety, you want to land it hole high. There's a false front. Hole location is only on 10, but the false front goes all the way up to 8 paces into the green. So land it hole high, hop it past, a little bit of spin.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, he says. Release.
That means he likes it.
It sure is.
I know you've gotten a charge out of those shoes today, Nick.
Yeah.
You might be the only guy out here that could play in bedroom slippers.
Well, and no socks. I've never heard of a player playing with no socks on at all. I mean, is it a false facade he gives with this happy-go-lucky, Jim?
Oh, there is a lot burning inside.
Exactly.
Trust me.
I mean, he when you play with him, he's dangerous because he puts his arm around you and he goes, I don't care about today. I don't. And he lulls you into thinking, yeah, you're right. I don't care today. Guess what? You come up 18 and he's got you by a couple of shots. So, got to be very careful the way he works on you with his own personal demeanor.
I was looking at that graphic with all those players 50 and above, Nick. Makes you feel like maybe you should have been out there today, huh?
Well, I feel I overpeaked at the par 3. I think that was my new level out here. I did manage to hit a whole bag of...
You did. You almost made a hole-in-one on the 9th.
I did. That's all I was there for the crystal. Anyway, let's enjoy the walk.
Hard to believe that Tom Watson earlier today would match his all-time career round at Augusta. One of the great champions in the history of the game and twice a winner here. Here's Fred Couples with a chance to better his all-time score by 2 if he holds that. Let's go to 16.
And Utah Ikeda at 1 under. And yet again, Ikeda uses that ridge and has 3-4 feet for birdie. Well, who would have believed that the first round of the 2010 Masters would turn into a day for the aged? 14.
Duval for bogey. 16.
Ian Poulter. 8 iron. Well, that's approximately the spot from which Fred Couples had his birdie attempt half an hour ago. To 15.
KJ Choi, this for 3. Little left to right. And if we haven't seen it, it's not going in, that's for sure. And that was absolutely no help to Tiger Woods. Go back to 14.
And Duval now for double bogey. He came here at even, leaves at +2.
First one. 15. Well, Tiger will be looking. This is a difficult putt to read. There is some left to right in it. Not much, but if he gets it outside the hole, probably won't turn enough. And it's a very fast putt. We saw Ian Poulter's get virtually to the lip and make a right angle turn to the left. Don't imagine that would happen here, but boy, what a great moment to make a second eagle of the day. He had a terrific chance on 13. Also had a good putt.
That's pretty impressive, David. His 3 chances, on the 8th, he had a 10, well, less than, but an 8-footer, had about a 12-footer on 13. What's this, 10 feet here, and 3 par 5s in a row.
And David, he's never made 2 eagles in 1 round at the Masters.
Until today.
Yeah, he wants this one. Left edge, tiny little tap.
Somebody loves him.
That's one thing I believe has remained constant throughout all of this, that he loves the game of golf and it loves him right back. Creature in its natural habitat. I hope everything else works out for him. Let's go to 18.
And Fred Couples can raise the bar to 7 under. Kind of interesting, Nick, before today. Yeah, some notable names at the Masters who never shot lower than 67. Tom Watson, well, he shot that today, matching his low. Ben Crenshaw. Sam Snead, never shot lower than 67. Fred Couples.
Really?
This for 65.
Just to hang it 1 ball outside the left edge.
Hang on.
Didn't quite have the rhythm, did it, that stroke?
That's a putt that he actually had back in 08 to keep his putt streak alive, and he missed it. On the same side, I actually caught a little piece of the edge, very similar. But still a splendid day for Fred Couples. And the leader at 6 under.
So does he go home and then put his socks on and put his feet up and watch TV?
Well, I guarantee the last 2.
Yeah.
Let's go back to 15.
And trying to clean up after kind of a vague attempt at 3. KJ Choi, this for birdie. Quietly going about his business today. And now in a tie for 6th place along with Tiger Woods. Some good golf in this group today. That's for sure, as they make their way into the little dale here. Almost the lowest point of the course, and from where so many wonderful cheers and roars have come over the years.
Sneaking a reminder here that for real-time scoring, live video, news and more, visit Masters.com and ESPN.com. See Tiger on 16, 2 behind Fred Couples, as we continue.
If you were to stand at a road.
Hey there, baby. Go! Hey there. Good, Tiger. Oh! Yeah!
That's fine. And the group just in front of this group, Steve Stricker, had a par 3. Great up and down. Ian Poulter, a par 3, and Yuta Ikeda did make birdie. KJ Choi, also 4 under. Also with an 8 iron. Here it comes. Perfectly executed. Matt Kuchar. Eight iron as well. Shots. And a smile from Kuchar. All 3 in red figures here in the first round. David Faraday mentioned the many great strolls one can take at Augusta. And here is one of the best. Tiger Woods, KJ Choi, Matt Kuchar. And I must say, I'm struck by the relative absence of response from the patrons here. It'll increase as they come around the pond. So all 3 with birdie putts here at 16.
While we have a second, as you make your plans for the remainder of the first 2 days of the Masters, Masters Extra Live, 3 Eastern Time, Masters.com, ESPN.com. You'll be able to find that tomorrow. Our full coverage right back here, same time, 4 Eastern. And as with Thursday night, encore presentation in prime time of the day at the Masters, and both Thursday and Friday evening Masters highlights on CBS with Jim Nantz and David Faraday, 11:35 Eastern Time.
Ricky Barnes from the top of the hill. It's a good-looking shot. And hits right in that false front. Boy, that was close to... He's actually got an uphill putt for eagle there. That's a rarity. Ahead at 16.
And this grouping all chasing Fred Couples, who's in with a round of 66 today. And Tiger will be first. Nick, anything about this putt?
Well, it's very similar to, obviously, let's start again, a different putt to the last, but it's all about picking that apex point, and he knows how it literally turns so hard to the right, it's almost coming backwards towards him. So this is why a player will go down into the low side of the hole to try and see, you've got to picture the banking of it, how it, he's going to track how high you've got to get the ball before and it's going to be rolling so slowly. It's those last 3 feet. It's literally coming on gravity, and that's you've got to find that apex, so when it turns, it starts heading in a straight line down to the hole. It's kind of like a very late break, isn't it? The ball still needs to be 2 foot left, almost with 2 feet to go. That's what I'm trying to describe. Didn't quite get it high enough by millimeters.
Tiger remains at 4 under. Let's watch Tiger react. It came ever so close.
I mean, that ball was literally going right across the front of the hole. He's only got to go forward half an inch, but it just doesn't. It just heads sideways to the right. But he's just fine. Every iron right over the top of the flag at the moment.
To 15.
David Duval down the hill. This one a little left to right, not much. Kind of straightens out, especially if you bludgeon it like that. It's gone 6 or 7 feet past. And that was for birdie. Up ahead now.
Matt Kuchar. KJ Choi will be next. We'll go to 17.
And Ian Poulter just clear of the left trees. 157 his second shot. Actually well balanced. Giving it the glare. Nicely played. Excellent chance for the birdie. Back to 15.
Adam Scott at 2 under par at the moment. This to join Woods. And Choi, no, not so much. Left to right on it. But building a nice round of golf here in the first round. Up ahead again at 16.
And KJ Choi trying to make it a quintet at 5 under par. He's done it. So 5, now 1 back with Fred Couples. Look at this streak. 13, 14, 15, 16. To 15.
And yet another great chance for Eagle and another player who can get it to 4 under, Ricky Barnes. A little more steam or a little more break, one or the other. So he's at 3 under also. Played the par 5s on the second 9 and 3 under. That'll help. Such a strong kid. Came out, looked like he was going to be a world beater. Has had a slump now for quite some time. As of course has David Duval. This one now for par. Had a nice thing going early on, but just wandered off on him. Okay. Matt Kuchar made his par on 16. But Fred Couples leads in the first round of the Masters at 50 years old and 6 under par.
Tee. Tiger's tee shot. And just so important to find the fairway here anything left or right, you're going to have trees cause a problem. It's going to be difficult to control the approach and get to that back left hole location.
Shot higher.
And he did not hold back on that. Get the full treatment, get it to the top of the hill. And the right side of the fairway gives him just that little better line into that back left cup position. Good swing. Just before Tiger, KJ Choi. He makes that full shoulder turn, just dictates the rhythm, comes over the top a little bit, and this might be a challenge. Might not be able to attack that left-hand hole location. Let's have a closer look at Nandina, the 17th hole. Looks fantastic from overhead. The Eisenhower tree up the left. President Eisenhower hit that tree so often he campaigned to have it chopped down. His request was rejected. Find the fairway and then you have some options. Back left hole location today and the runoff once you get over the green. If you miss the fairway, it's very difficult to get close to this cup. Now at 16.
And Adam Scott on the tee. Well played. Scott with an 8-iron. Fred Couples at the age of 50, 6 under par. Phil Mickelson, Tom Watson, Y.E. Yang, KJ Choi, and Lee Westwood all one back, and Tiger Woods among the group, 2 off the pace. Let's go down to Mike DiRico.
Burn 1993 first round. Jack Nicklaus shared the lead. He was 53 then. We've had no one age 50 be the outright leader of any round at the Masters, perhaps until today. Fred Couples. How about that?
Shocking.
All right, we've heard you won 3 times on the Champions Tour. What did that do for your confidence coming in here this week?
Well, first, this is my lowest round ever at Augusta,
yes.
Which I was talking about to some of the guys I was playing with, and today was just one of those things. I putted well, and to answer your question, that's what I've been doing on the Champions Tour with Curtis and the boys, and I've been driving it very long and fairly straight, and putting ridiculously well out there. And today was a bunch of 6-7 foot side hill curlers in the front 9, and it just was a huge boost to make those.
So that number was on your mind, your low round all time at Augusta?
Actually not. You know, I never really thought about what I was shooting. I was just trying to, you know, I knew if I had a good drive on 18 with the pin up front, I was going to have a shot at birdie, and I was hoping to get 7 under, and I hit the putt a little soft, a little weak, but you know, it was a fun day for me.
Great. What are you up to?
What am I up to? I don't know.
What are you up to?
I mean, we'll find out tomorrow.
You say you're playing as well as you ever played, and today you really did play flawlessly. You hit every shot, looked like right on the button, right at the hole, made putts.
Right. I hit a horrible pull hook on 10. I was just trying to rip a 5-iron from 190 into the green, and I got it up and down from the shrubs, which was a huge, just to make 5 would have been good. But Kurt, I did hit the ball very well. I still think I can play, and if I putt well, I got to be some kind of a factor in my mind. Not with Ernie Els and Tiger and VJ and everybody, but in my mind, and to me that's the most important thing.
Tell us about the golf course. It got windy out there, then it laid down. How tricky was it?
Well, it was very tricky. You know, for me, some of the holes were very playable, but the wind was howling out there, and when it blew sideways, I just wanted to get the ball on the green.
Longer. Lyle, Tom Watson up there on the first page with you. Can you explain, as one of the over 50 guys, what that experience here translates to out on the golf course?
Well, I played with some young guys on Tuesday, and all very good players, and they were asking me questions. I know the course very well. I know where to miss some shots and to try and save a shot here or there. But if I play well, I should shoot in the 60s here. I haven't done that in a long time because I think the course has become a bear, but today was just one of those days, like Curtis said, the wind died down. the sun not baking the course out made it play a little easier for everybody. That's why we're seeing some pretty good scores.
Don't say that real loud, okay?
I know. Even when I said it, I put my foot in my mouth.
Well, whatever it is you have going, keep it going with the comfortable shoes and the whole deal.
Yeah, I know. These shoes, thank God I'm playing well, because I don't know if I wasn't what people would think about these, what they really think about these shoes.
Great going, Freddie.
Okay, Mike.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Curtis.
Fred Couples shooting 66. Look at the leaderboard. Names like Watson, Woods, Mickelson, and Couples. Names that have been on that board before, man, when it matters most on the second 9 on Sunday. They are there to start the 2010 Masters. What a way to ring in a new decade of Masters moments. The career scoring average leaders over the years. There you see Woods and Mickelson right there, and after Jack, Fred Couples. First 4 men, obviously, Masters champions, and Ernie Els hoping. Let's go to 17 again.
And this was earlier. We saw a very nice approach shot from Poulter. Yes, rhythmic swing of the putter, and taps it in. Very nicely, 3 under for his last 5 holes and 4 under total. And that was earlier. Now we're live, and KJ Choi, a challenging second shot. Must have gone through the Eisenhower tree to get here and trying to hit a controlled hook. Very difficult out of the rough to get the spin, to get the good contact between the club and the ball. And he'll hope that's not plugged in the front bunker. Up at 18.
It's Schwartzel.
Watch this lovely, simple action.
I tell you, this kid's pretty fearless, Nick. Played some practice rounds here last week with Ernie Els. Had some high finishes at the World Golf Championship event, for example. At Doral. He's got game.
He most certainly has.
Let's go to 17.
And you can see the good line into the cup for Tiger. 144 to the cup. Picture the shot. He's just got a few yards behind the hole. Beautiful balance. And it was a good line, but a very disappointing result after a good tee shot and not that far to go. Back at 16.
And Ricky Barnes, this is for birdie. Quite enough. Little right to left break. So Barnes will remain at 3 under. That was a moment ago. And here is Adam Scott live. Oh, goodness. Had 3 birdies in a row coming to the 16th tee. And a disappointing result here to 18.
Ian Poulter, winner of the match play event this year in Tucson.
I think even, obviously, Ian is hang on there. Ian being very colourful, but he's trying to just keep below the radar this week. Just
You had to figure he's going to play well here, though, Nick. You could see it all leading to this.
Definitely, yeah.
Fred Couples has the lead with a round of 66.
Back at the 17th, KJ Choi, lengthy bunker shot. I need to carry that maybe 6 or 8 feet further. It would have hit the downslope and run on a good deal more. And you usually pay the price for missing the 17th fairway. It's very difficult to recover. At 18.
And just from the front edge, Schwartzel. That's a lovely shot. Going to be a pretty nice little debut round here for Charles Schwartzel. Nick, 69.
Oh, very much. This man is he's going to be right in there at the end of the week. He's been playing so consistently, been winning on the European Tour. And as we saw it, Doral had a great week there, and a fine player.
Back to 17.
And the team consultation here on the line. It is not obvious. No obvious break to this, and they're obviously taking a little extra time.
Should head into the left-hand corner of the green, shouldn't it, Peter, as they're looking at it?
You'd think so, yes. Comes over a little ridge and then downhill.
Yeah, and probably goes left to right to the start and maybe try and track right to left coming back down the hill. Sounds a funny thing to say, but hitting in the middle of the green is almost the last thing you wanted to do. I mean, anything past on that back edge is the ideal spot.
Well, he knew it back in the fairway that this was going to be a challenge.
Will it go back? No. But from the other side, it definitely comes up the hill left to right, which would indicate coming down the hill be right to left, but it fooled us all.
It appears to be such an innocent hole location, but it's without bunkers close by, no water close by, but it's difficult. Tough to read the putts. Tiger had the opportunity after a good drive to get it in there close, but didn't. Now at 18.
Harrington.
Well, that was a grinding four. He played his third shot from about 60 or 70 yards back down in the left-hand corner of the fairway. So I guess he was tacking up this fairway like a yachtsman.
74 for Podrick, 17.
Kuchar might have learned something from Tiger. And settles for par. I just remember when he was playing so well here as an amateur years ago, just smiles all the way. And enjoying the applause. It was a good attempt. And 2 under, nicely placed. We'll get back to 17.
And Poulter.
A little bit of first cut.
Get down then.
Oh, has he?
Oh, no.
Oh, another one's lost it. I've only seen one player, Rory McIlroy, go at the flag, Jim, and he still went 12 feet past, so amazing coming here. He knows it.
And back to 17.
KJ Choi. And a good chance in Tampa, where Furyk eventually won. Choi was in the running. Come on now. Just gently coached it. It did take that left to right break. He learned from his fellow competitors. Absolutely.
That was a beautiful stroke, wasn't it?
It
Kept
was.
the hand so smooth, no kind of, tension. Managed to keep the grip pressure throughout the stroke exactly the same.
Should be off formality. And just a par. Bogey at 14, followed by the dramatic eagle at 15. Tiger's second 9 scorecard. Heading to the tough 18th. Challenging driving hole.
Well, Nick Faldo, I don't think anyone would have imagined that Tiger would come out here today and have the best start, barring a double bogey here, and be his best opening round in his Masters career.
Well, quite amazing. 5 months away and comes straight back. First round on the leaderboard. That really, I don't think anybody really predicted that one.
Group ahead, Steve Stricker.
Yeah, I think Steve's struggling with the length of the golf course today. It's very green. Yeah, that's a fine shot at 18. Should get the backstop to help him a couple more feet.
Oh, very generous rollout. Choi on the tee.
KJ hits a lovely natural 5-yard fade, so that's beautifully done.
Interesting to try to figure out the psychology of this, though. How Tiger was able to put it together today. Nick, as we speculated so many times this year on the air about his psyche being dented and the humiliation he would feel the first time he stepped back on the tee, and then he comes out here and defies all that.
Well, he definitely is different. I mean, I obviously we were together at the Champions Dinner, and I feel he's kind of cocooned himself with his aura before was about 30 feet around him, but now I think he sort of shrunk it down almost for protection, give himself like encasing himself away from all the talk. Watching this one eagerly and really get away with it again.
Yeah, he's had a couple.
That's 3 times today.
I'll tell you, the 11th was a big one. At
10 it hopped
11,
out.
9, of course, he pulled off a spectacular second shot. Green side, it's Poulter trying not to give any of this good round away.
Make sure you hit it hard enough into the... Get some bite. Come on, move ball. That is the best one.
Oh, yeah.
That is the best one we've seen by a good... he split the difference on everybody. He's got about a big 6-footer. I think the best before was about a 12-footer or so. So he wants to stay in there. As I said, he's trying to keep himself nice and quiet, nice and passive. He knows how well he's been driving the ball. The iron shots were very good, and the putting was brilliant during the match play. So just bring that game here and let everybody else, take all the media attention. And try and have a couple of days, just riding your own momentum rather than anybody else's.
Well, there's so many fascinating stories produced in just one day.
Yeah,
that started with Jack and Arnie at 70 and 80, respectively, years of age. Do we know that it would be then a 60 as part of the story in Tom Watson, or a 50 in Fred Couples? Just take it right on down from 80 to 50. It's all been good stuff. 17.
Ricky Barnes, 153. Holding that finish as if he's very pleased with it, and he certainly is. Excellent shot. Tied for second in the United States Open at Bethpage last year. Came out of the blue as we go to 18.
Utah, Kata. Chance to shoot 69. Very good day for scoring, and a lot of players who've never played a competitive round here.
Yeah,
rather undaunted today.
Yes, I've just had another look over the whole location, Jim, and from my experience, obviously, I have to say I see about 9 greens where they've placed the whole locations in just about the, let's say, the tamest of areas. Certainly not the easiest, but certainly the tamest. So the golf, I think this was it for the professionals this week, for the competitors. That this was it. This was the day. And I think progressively as the week, obviously here at Augusta National, they can control the moisture on the golf course with all the sub-air and all the technical stuff. So I predict the golf course will progressively get firmer, and the whole locations will get a lot tougher. But these boys have battled today. I mean, I think they knew what was coming. And you have to be mentally strong when you know you're going to have the rough end of the draw. They battled for a long time, for a good couple of hours, with gusts of crumbs, upward of 20 miles an hour.
Or more.
Yeah, definitely.
Those flags at times, right?
I think there was a few 30 miles for just a few. Anyway, this would be very important for Poulter.
For 68 for par at the final hole.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Good round for Ian Poulter. Fine up and down. Just don't see it. That's what, 2 today, right? McIlroy out of that bunker?
Well, I don't know. McIlroy hold the putt. I know it was the best shot I'd seen. But I think he may be the only one who's got up and down from that right-hand bunker. Having a nice relaxing week. I played with him yesterday in the par 3 tournament. He's got his son Luke and his daughter Amy on the bag, which was great fun. And so I think that's good for the dads to have an afternoon off, switch off from all the tension of the week.
McIlroy, by the way, Nick did make his par.
Did he? Yeah.
All right, Steve Stricker. It was kind of a struggle for Steve. Didn't get that fast start off the first 3 holes like a lot of players had. A great many of them were already a couple under by the time they got to the tee at 4.
Well, Steve doesn't really have that release in his driver swing. He doesn't get that kick, so he's suffering from probably playing from 2 clubs more than what the longer hitters are using on each hole, and that will really add up on your obviously your degree of accuracy.
Well, Leaf came in right as he was taking it back.
Blasted by a gust.
Distracted, I think, by that little speck that crossed his line. There's another one. He just shakes his head. He'd finished 6th there last year. It was his best ever finish at Augusta. And he thought maybe this would be the year to make a run at it. It's only 1 round, though. Let's not forget. We've seen this thing change so drastically from 1 round to the next. Yeah, the bogey at the second. Get your head spinning a little bit. All pars on the second side. Failing to do anything with the 2 par 5s in still conditions. And now they'll clear the green for Choi, Kuchar, and Woods. Go to 17 first.
And Ricky Barnes trying to convert a beautiful second shot into a birdie 3. Birdied 13 and 15 to get to 3 under par. Excuse me, eagled 13, birdied 15, the 2 par 5s. And makes that look easy. It was a beautiful approach shot. Talented young man, went to the University of Arizona. I remember him coming here playing with Tiger Woods in his first Masters.
Hit this tree, right? You
Oh boy.
swing, not on the practice. Right. That's why I'm being real cautious.
Right.
Did that? The instructions are there as well? Okay. Which way would you like to go? I'm going to be hitting on the tree right now.
Players have to be very careful in taking their practice swing. If a leaf, they were to knock a leaf off the branch, it would be deemed to be improving your lie or stance. So obviously in the course of the swing itself, if that happens, obviously there's no penalty.
Less testing to see if there's any relief needed here.
Grab that shot link and move it, please. Yes. Thank you.
Wow, I'd obviously deem this mighty close to that instruction.
No question.
I mean, even if you know it's going to clear it in the back of your mind, I mean, Matt Kuchar does have the flattest golf swing on tour.
Yeah, in the back of your mind, you're still thinking, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
I may whip it right against that.
Well,
for when it counts.
And you realize that if you hit the obstruction, it's too short. That's why we're trying to make sure you get relief. So if you think there's a chance you're going to... Huh? If you hit it in the back or the through, that means we haven't taken relief. So that's why I want to make sure that you think... So we're going to have you continue to come this way until you feel like you won't hit it on either the backswing or the through swing. We're going to have a whole new drop situation, okay? So we'll leave the ball there for the moment. No, this means nothing anymore. So now we're just swinging, and we're trying to make sure that that's not going to hit on the back or the through, okay? 'Cause to me, it looks like you still have interference. All right, you're going to get that. And then you're going to get another club length from that point, okay? So we might end up here, and then you're going to be able to measure with any club a club length, okay? So leave the ball there. Let's do your backswing, through swing, and make sure we're okay. I would say right there. You agree? Yeah. You're not going to hit anything? So that's our starting point. Now we're going to go club length.
Free relief. Everybody back up, please. You go back up a little bit.
Choi and Woods. Just have to wait.
Just has to strike the course in between.
Falls back into. If it goes back in.
If it rolls back into where it is now, you're going to be in a drop situation.
Not the kind of bounce he needed off the drop.
He didn't like that one. I don't think you have interference from the obstruction. That ball's in play.
Just hop back those 2 feet and still got that tree impeding in his backswing. I assume he got relief. Oh, and a little quick shower suddenly appeared. I assume he must have got relief from that building down there. And he didn't take full relief, which you obviously have to take full relief from your obstruction. And now, unfortunately, dropped it poorly. Trying to play off pine needles is the hardest because your footing is never as secure. And if you try to force it as well, which is almost what you're naturally going to try and do.
He's going to get as far away as he can because his pine needles can so easily kind of create a little momentum, and you can be a foot away and still somehow maybe the ball would feel the vibration on the ground and move.
I think he's just trying to punch one out, 60 yards short of the green.
And that was pretty well played. Woods is in the attack position. And Choi with a good drive, but much longer to go.
I'm thinking he's trying to smooth 9 in.
That's the voice of Andy Prodger, who was on my bag in 1989.
You got all your winning caddies out there today.
Yeah.
We got them all on the air.
They survived longer than me. That's very interesting, isn't it? Get up the false front and no.
Nope.
So Tiger will watch that with his eagle eyes to see, the trajectory that flew on, and obviously try and add a little bit more for safety. But very much like Fred Couples has driven it right around the corner. Can't have much more than somewhere around 140 yards, maybe less. It's probably a big wedge.
Yeah, his drive, Ishikawa's drive. Couples drive, the best we've seen. Did he hit it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to work. This is going to work. Get himself down.
Well, there are two places today, Nick, I really wanted to try to observe the ovation, the greeting for Tiger. First tee in the 18th green. We'll be right back to Augusta.
The 2010 Masters Tournament is brought to you by ExxonMobil, taking on the world's toughest energy challenges.
Who out-battled him last August at the PGA, and KJ Choi, with whom he played today, and Tom Watson, who said that he had hoped that when Tiger did return, he would be more respectful to the game. How about Tiger's decorum? Seems like he's been smiling a little more out there today.
Yeah.
There were a couple of times, though, where I thought that intensity, that 11, it looked like for a second there, he wanted to tomahawk maybe his driver after it was going right. And
well, you're always going to get that. You're always going to get the instant frustration. These players demand, they know they can perform, perfection every time, but sure enough when they don't. But he definitely has acknowledged everybody. It reminds me of Sir Paul McCartney, who acknowledges absolutely everybody that shouts to him.
For birdie.
Oh, easy. He went for it. I had the fortune of meeting Paul McCartney a couple of occasions. I said to him, you acknowledge everybody that shouts to you. He said, I'm still a lad from Liverpool, and they won't let me forget that. And I was surprised at that one. That was Tiger thinking, I really fancy this one, but that's one of the things you can rarely do at Augusta. Still have to feed them in. If you've been putting them in at a certain pace all day, very difficult to suddenly change that pace.
This is outside of 2 feet. Pretty straight. Got the left edge. Around a 68. That shot, you saw some clapping, some not. Overall, it's been pretty warm. I would think Tiger would definitely be pleased with what came back at him today from the get-go. Matt Kuchar and KJ Choi both with par putts that will get their attention. After snap hooking that tee shot, this would be a rather remarkable 4. That's a good one. This is another thing that I think no one would have predicted, how well his playing companions will perform today.
Well, very much so. If KJ can pop this one in, they're 11 under for this 3-ball. That is, considering they have carried the height of the spotlight, that is incredibly impressive on all 3 of them.
And of course, if KJ makes this, as much as all eyes are focused on what Tiger's doing out here, and there's I think a rather high degree of disbelief that in his first round back he'd shoot 68. Well, let's also remember, though, Choi holds it. Woods will not be the low man in his group. Excellent round for KJ. You know, Nick, no matter what's been written, what's been said, what's been discovered about The Secret Life, all that came out the last 5 months, one thing you look back during all that time, when all that was happening and no one knew, he was still always winning golf tournaments. And I think if we learned anything today, it's that inside the ropes on the golf course is where he's more comfortable than anywhere.